we're back. We took off on a little bit of an impromptu trip last week. Eric had a proposal to go down to the lower 48 and buy a vehicle. He promised a grand adventure, so we booked a flight, hopped in a plane, and we were destined for Oregon.
We have landed in Seattle. We are heading to Bend.
Once we picked up the van, we were ready to hit the road. We just had to make a few modifications on the go for the long drive home.
We picked up the van. Now we just gotta make it back to Alaska. Let's go.
We originally hoped that we could lay a mattress down in the back for sleeping, but we had to kind of improvise when that didn't work.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Eric and I have done this drive twice, and we were really looking forward to trying a new route this time around. It's really heavy.
It's gonna be cold. But we're sleeping in here and it's 0. I don't know what we're gonna do.
We're gonna be cold. Impromptu spoon. We're in Washington picking up apples. These are absolutely gorgeous. We've got a bunch of them. With apples, honey, and perhaps a few things from Canadian Tire, we made our way through the beautiful British Columbia. And although we saw significantly less wildlife compared to previous years, we did make sure to visit our favorite Canadian establishment. We love Timmy's! We went to Tim Hortons not once or twice, but 6 times.
That is love.
With each sunrise and sunset, we got a little bit closer to home, which brings us to now. So we are grateful that we made it safe and sound back here. And if you can believe it or not, the van is already geared up and ready for the next adventure.
Excited to take the van out on this trip that... My ear needs to like pop.
It's popping.
I heard someone talking in there. It was either a ghost or it needed to pop. Excited to take the van out on this trip. It is a 1-ton Ford van with a 4-wheel drive conversion kit on it. It did awesome on the 2,000-mile plus drive back home. In fact, we didn't really even shut it off the whole entire trip because it was so cold. We had to leave it running at night to stay warm while we were sleeping. When we got home, we stripped out the interior, all the seats, cleaned it up, fixed a few little tiny things, mounted our light bar permanently on the front. This trip, since it's gonna be cold and we don't wanna leave the van running the whole time, we're gonna bring our fishing heater and we're gonna plumb it in through the window so we can have the diesel heater keeping us warm. There is a ton of space in this van. It has a high top, I believe is what they're called, so check this out. You can just about stand in here. You can change clothes, do whatever you want to do, walk around. It's going to be awesome to have this summer and coming into next winter for all the adventures we're going on. Right now we have it set up with our cots in here. These are our bunk bed ones we use in our Arctic oven tent usually, and I did have these in the Silver Tundra. Believe it or not, I got these to fit in the bed so we can use them in there. Also, we made a few modifications to the new diesel heater we put in that truck. That's a Webasto. The problem I was having was it was inside a little metal box, and the Webastos have a thermostat in there, so it kept shutting off because it thought it was hot enough. Easy fix, I plugged in an external thermostat and we routed it up on top of the fuel tank. Now it's going to keep it a great temperature in the pickup bed for us. We will put a diesel heater in the van eventually, but clearly this just offers way more space to do whatever we want to do in here. Not only can the van fit a ton of volume and weight inside here itself, it also has amazing towing capabilities. So we've got the deck overloaded up, snow machines, we're tied down, we're heading out early in the morning.
What a spectacular day out here. I don't think we could have asked for more beautiful weather. And that is the glacier that we're going to back there. This is a bucket list item for me. That's 𝐿𝐻𝐻 Glacier. I've wanted to go to it for 6 years and we're finally here. We are on what is a super highway right now. This area, it looks like it's been heavily trafficked. We haven't really seen anyone else out here today. This is late season riding, but this is the prime season for most Alaskans. A lot of people come out and do fishing and riding. Usually Eric and I are working on like building or getting ready for the summer, so we're excited to be out here at this time of year. We parked and launched from the highway. I think we've been close to 20 miles at this point and we're not quite there. So let's head back and check it out. Am I crazy? We miss it?
I don't know where it is.
Well, this is pretty fun up here.
Well, we've never ridden on a glacier until now.
It really looks like we are.
What do you mean? That was all iced down at the bottom. Solid ice. That is crazy. Look, there's a rock in there. Solid ice. Look at that. Frozen particles in there. Oh my. Wow. That's amazing. It's so clear. Oh, look at, someone drilled a hole right here. Like they were climbing. You see that? Look at the stuff. Do you see the stuff floating inside of it?
I don't know if it's frozen.
Or frozen? That's what I meant. This is all
shale?
Glacial rocks and stuff.
Is it like shale or like silt?
It's like silty rocks. See that? It's like sandy. It is so
smooth.
Look at the edge.
Oh, you didn't tell me it was that smooth.
It's like smoother than glass, and it's not actually that cold.
That's way smoother.
Feel that edge right there. Feel that edge.
That is.
Isn't that weird?
It is literally as smooth as it looks. What? It's not even. It's almost like butter or something, like oiled. This is like a tidal wave of ice. What would you estimate the height on this, 20?
30, 35.
Oh, okay. It's scary walking under this part. It's like a guitar pick. Does it taste special?
Tastes like nothing.
Wow. It was so blue out there, hon.
Wow.
You know what's weird? How dark it is above us.
Yeah, it looks like the universe.
You can see so deep into this one, Eric.
Nice. That's what I'm saying, how thick it is. Healing benefits of the glacier.
No, not the glacier, the ice. Snow. It like is cooling, but it's relaxing.
Yeah, it's something special. This is an awesome time to be out here doing this sort of thing. Our daylight hours are just growing so fast. I think it's getting light at about 7 in the morning, and it's staying light till about 8 p.m. It makes Alaskan adventures even more possible. And with that, we're also getting the rising of temperatures. We're just getting above freezing during the day. This glacier is unique and very cool because you can drive through this ice tunnel that is here right now. It definitely won't be here forever, and you just can't grasp how big this thing actually is.
We're back from our grand adventure and we are making donuts for lunch. Not just any donuts, these are spud nuts. They are the most moist and fluffy donuts you've ever had. We already set aside the potatoes that we wanted for seed potatoes for growing this year, and we don't have that much left to consume. So we cleaned some up, we've got them steamed, and we're gonna get them riced, and then we can start our dough. We've got about 1.5 cups of these rice potatoes. They are cooled down, so they're not gonna cook the eggs in the dough. We have a little over 1/2 cup of heavy cream and milk, and I'm gonna mix a teaspoon of some active dry yeast in there. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla, kosher salt, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of some baking powder. All right, friends, I got a little ahead of myself and I forgot to add the sugar. So I added a little more heavy cream to make sure we got that sugar dissolved in there. And we also added about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of some unsalted butter. Okay, that's what we're looking for. We used a little over 3 cups of flour. We're gonna let this rest and it's going to rise in the next hour. And then we can shape those donuts.
Frying them up, of course, because they are donuts, and we're using lard today, which is pig fat. We've got 2 separate types of donuts going in. We have this one, which is like a bigger cookie cutter, and then Arielle just pulled apart a little hole in the center. We've got this little one, which we've had for a little while and we've never used it, and this also created a little donut hole. So these ones we're going to do the blueberry on, the smaller ones we're going to do cinnamon and sugar.
Look at that guy. They did. I bet those are gonna rise a lot then. These are turning out awesome. The blueberry glaze is very simple. It's blueberries. We cooked those, and then I added some heavy cream. I added just a little bit of powdered sugar and cornstarch and some spruce tip syrup as well to sweeten it up. It's an awesome consistency. Can't wait to eat these.
Dump that sugar in this one for me. Thanks.
Time to try the donuts. I'm actually gonna cut mine in half. Is that too
You're gonna cut your
formal?
donut in half? Sure, let's split a. I want to try one of those glazed ones.
Looks like chocolate, but it's blueberries.
Oh yeah, look at that. Perfectly cooked.
Yeah, the donut's perfect. We've yet to make these here at our new place, even though we've been here for a few years now. But the last time we made them, we pretty much decided that the cinnamon and sugar is like fantastic.
I'm admiring your purple teeth.
Do I have purple teeth?
Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
The actual donut is probably the best we've cooked it.
I just love potato donuts.
They get like a crisp on them when you cook them at home. The whole melt in your mouth. I think it's because it's warm right now. Totally recommend these if you've never tried them. And we have some work to do outside, so once we get cleaned up here, we can shimmy on over there.
I'll eat that half if you don't want it.
If this donut could talk, what do you think it would say?
Eat me.
Tis the season for iced coffee. This is actually half coffee and cream and sugar, and then it is also half chaga tea, and we usually put a little bit of cream and honey in that as well. You can drink it hot, or you can mix it in with something cold like this. So you just take a chunk of chaga, and you can steep them a bunch of times. You want to keep them on a low simmer for like an hour or around that mark, and then you get a really nice flavor. I can't really quite describe it. It almost tastes somewhat cinnamony-ish, and it's really awesome with coffee.
Well, we're still getting plenty cold around here. It's definitely getting below freezing at night. It was 3 degrees when we woke up this morning, but it's warmed up. It's about 35 degrees right now. And before we know it, sawmill season is gonna be here. So we're putting the plow on the tractor and we're gonna get things kind of pushed out of the way. We haven't touched this area all winter, so there's quite a bit of snow in there. And then when things start to melt, the areas that we've plowed will melt a little quicker and we can get to work.
can't remember the exact date, but we are well into March, near in April, and that's how much snow we have in the garden. The compost pile doesn't have a lot of snow left on it. Oh shoot, I didn't see that one down there.
I was gonna ask you to go first. Yeah, I'm getting a little under 3 inches on this. So let's put that right, it's right where it will go, it's right there. How do we get in there? Yeah, if I like max it out way to the bottom of the hole, I'm not even getting 3. 3 inches would work.
Okay.
Every once in a while when we build custom things, they turn out really good, like almost as good as if you would buy it from the company. With the Sawmill, that wasn't really the case. So we put a little bottle jack over here that we kind of just welded on, and we did a makeshift toe board is what they call it, and it's to raise up the tapered end of the log. So when you're cutting with the Sawmill, you can get more lumber out of each log. Unfortunately, it wasn't that beefy, and I forgot to lower it a lot, and when we were taking logs on and off, it just kept getting bent and tweaked, and one day it was just in the way, so I ripped it off, and we were just kind of cutting without it. Over the winter, we did end up ordering this one from Norwood, and as you can tell, it is a big, heavy-duty, nice setup. I mean, it's got these cool rollers on there. It's the same concept as ours. It uses a bottle jack to raise everything up. Here's the big bracket that it kind of slides in and out of, and this kit right here is extremely heavy. The one they sell, it doesn't just come with the one side, it comes with both sides. I kind of just wanted the one, but we got 2 sides now, so we can jack up either end. We don't have to worry about which way we put the log on the Sawmill anymore. I've already got this one semi-assembled, and we're going to bolt it on, but unfortunately the way this is set up is our Sawmill is not high enough off the ground. You can see with just this piece sitting right here, it sits up higher than the deck right here where the logs are gonna sit. We have the Sawmill sitting at what I feel like is a perfect height. So it's up on 8x8 beams right now. It's just really comfortable to operate it. Doing some measurements on here, it looks like if we raised it up 3 inches, that would give us about a 1/4 inch over what we need to be. We're just kind of thinking about what we want to do. I do want these on here because it's hard to lift up that end of the log when you're dealing with green lumber and just like slide a wedge underneath it. It's a lot easier to use something like this. And I think the decision that we're gonna make is cut some 3-inch tall, 8-inch wide pieces that are 36 inches across, and we're gonna put one on top of every one of these little cross beams we have in here. We'll have to kind of move the head of the Sawmill, put one in, screw it in, bolt it down, and then work our way down the whole way. We got 7 of them to do. It's getting kind of late in the day, and this is a project that's not gonna happen today. So we're gonna wait a little while for some of the snow to melt. I figure it'll probably be about a week or 2. We can get back out here, get things cut, get the Sawmill lifted up, and get back to work, get back to action. Okay. You know, another thing you could do is you could cut 2 3-inch by 8 inches and run them this way. Like lift the Sawmill up like this and run them that way.
Yeah, go long ways.
You know what I mean? Like run them. You could even do metal.
That may kind of get in the way when you're cleaning it, no?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That probably wouldn't work very good at all, actually.
No, I mean, it's a great idea, too. Just would be, if they're up higher, it just maybe get in the way of a broom.
The only thing that'll be an improvement when we do lift it up higher is these will, those will drop a lot down a lot further.
I think if we put the bird's nest back, she'll use it again this year, or no, because they had their way with it?
No, they
The squirrel took it.
Totally messed it up.
Yeah, that really makes me mad.
Yeah.
She worked really hard on that nest.
Sawmill shed's looking good though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Eric, that's really rude. Honey, I'm in here.
Yeah, there's rock on top of it, like big rocks and stuff.
It's really weird. You know what you look like from here, huh?
Jack Nicholson?
No. It looks like a great white shark is on the outside and this is their mouth. Yeah, you're inside of its mouth. You can put it on your head like a unicorn.
Like a uni? What's that?
A narwhal?
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 Very cool.
Do you think anyone else is coming out here today?
I don't think so.
Babe, your violence is really getting to me here.
I was trying to throw it against the glacier.
No! Are you serious, man?
Yeah, it's like a...
Oh, come on, man. Why do you have to play tricks like that when I'm in here?
That's all I wanted to do.
I really don't know about you.